I should have one other person coming in, but in case it's just you, you're gonna need your set of dumbbells or all your dumbbells, and then your red band again, and that's it. Okay. So today we're gonna be doing Tabata. So I'm gonna have you set up first with some squats. We're gonna bring our feet out about hip width apart, hands in prayer position. We're just gonna come into our nice chair, and then butt squeeze up at the top. Also, keep the weight back in our heels. Awesome, last 4, 3, 2, and I'm gonna have you come into some hip openers. So we're gonna bring our knee up and around to the side, starting to open up in those hips. We'll be leading up through that knee. Then I'm gonna have you switch to the other side, bringing that leg up and around. Awesome. 5, and bring those legs out super wide. And I'm gonna have you come into some windmills. So we're gonna reach opposite hand down towards opposite ankle. Starting to stretch out the back of those legs. Really pushing hips back behind us. Last 3, 2, and then I'm gonna have you come in just a little bit of a jog, just starting to warm up those knees. And then make sure we're engaging our core. The tighter that we hold our stomach in, the lighter we'll feel, and the easier it'll be to control our body in place. Awesome. Last 5, 3, 2, then go on to 5 inchworms. At the bottom of this inchworm, we're going to do 1 shoulder tap, 1 shoulder tap. So we're going to crawl it all the way down. Trying to warm up our shoulders and our upper abs. 1 shoulder tap, 1 shoulder tap, and then crawl it back up. And then reach up to the sky. We're going to crawl it back down, leading through that chest, shoulder tap, and then crawl it back up. Woo. Last 3. And then tap, tap, and crawl it back up. Last 2. Awesome. Last one here, crawling it all the way down. On this one, after your shoulder tap, staying in plank position. You're gonna drop down to your knees from there. And then have you bring one leg forward for your hip flexor stretch. So we're gonna start to lead through that heel, lead the resting our hip forward so we can get a nice stretch along the front of that hip flexor. And bring that arm up and then slightly lean over to the side. The more you can lean into this without overarching in your low back, the more of a stretch you should feel along the front of that hip, possibly along your psoas and your torso as well. Keep lifting up nice and tall. Then we're going to straighten out that front leg, really pressing the heel down into the ground, pushing our butt back behind us, and reaching for that toe to stretch out your calves and your hamstrings. Then I'm going to have you switch to the other foot. I'm going to bring that opposite leg forward, keeping that forward leg that was just forward back on the ground. And then leading through that heel, we're going to squeeze our butt a little bit as we thrust forward, reaching that arm up and over towards the side. Again, the more you can lean into this, the more of a stretch you should feel along the front of that hip flexor. Then I'm going to have you push it back to straighten out that front leg. Really pushing that hip back behind you, keeping that front foot flexed, reaching for toes to stretch out calves and hamstrings. And then I'm going to come onto all fours for our last warm-up. So we're going to set up on all fours, I'm going to have you do one hydrant to the side, and then one kick straight back. We're going to do 8 on each side. We're starting to warm up in the glutes and getting some nice mobility in the hips. And focus on squeezing the belly button in, supporting those low abs. And straight back. Now we're going to switch it over to the other side. Bring that opposite knee up to the side first, and then straight back. Then up to the side, and then straight back. To the side, and back. 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7. One more on this side. And then push yourself back into child's pose, pressing butt over hips, and then stretching back as far as you can. Really reaching those arms out far in front of you to get a nice stretch in your lats. Perfect. So we're going to roll it up. I'm going to have you start with our abs on the ground, and then we're going to roll it over into our planks. So we're going to go through this twice. Everything's going to be 30 seconds. We're going to start first with our hands underneath our low back for leg lifts. So for this first round, if you need to keep your legs slightly bent, you can always just tap your heels to the ground and come back up. And you should feel this in your low abs without hip popping. So we're going to start 30 seconds of leg lifts in 3, 2, and go. We're going to inhale, drop those legs. Exhale, bring them up. Inhale as you come down. Exhale, squeezing that belly button in. You can always leave your head resting on the ground. If you're ready to make this more challenging, you can always bring those shoulder blades up. Just making sure we're keeping that chin tucked under to support your neck. Awesome. We got 3, 2, and rest. Then we're going to sit up onto those sit bones. We're going to keep our feet on the ground for this one. You want to reach for your knees and then lean back as much as you can. We're going to reach our arms up, and then we're going to go into Russian twists up and over to the side. Only 30 seconds here. Inhale as you reach. Exhale as we twist. Perfect. Starting to warm up in those obliques. Still lifting up through your chest. Squeezing belly button in nice and tight. Last 5, 3, 2, and rest. Then I'm going to have you lay on your back for for a set of bridges. We're going to bring our feet about hip width apart. For this one, we're going to do 1 full lift, and then you're going to have 3 count pulse at the top. So once you have your hips up as high as you can, we're going to go pulse, 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 and then right back down. Awesome. Only 30 seconds. Every time we pulse, we want to focus on clenching butt cheeks, clenching butt cheeks, clenching butt cheeks, and then right back down. Still pulling belly button in nice and tight. Every time we pulse, we should feel a nice subtle stretch along the front of those thighs. And just hovering butt cheeks above the ground as we lower. Awesome. Last 3, 2, and then I'm going to have you keep your hips up as high as you can. Hold that bridge position, then we're going to our marching. So I'll lift one leg up, bring it right back down, lifting the other leg up, and then right back down. Doing our best to keep that leg at 90 degrees. Not only stabilizing in the hips, but also starting to warm up the hip flexors as we bring knees in towards the chest. And then drawing belly button in nice and tight to help keep everything stable. Pressing arms firmly into the ground. Landing that foot down nice and softly. Last 3, 2, and rest. Lower those hips. Plug your knees into your chest. And then we're going to roll it over for our set of planks. So now we start in a high plank. For this first head plank, we're just gonna hold still for 30 seconds. For the second set, we're gonna go into slow motion knee pulls, like slow motion mountain climbers. So this first one, just 30 seconds of holding, pushing back through the heels, squeezing belly button in nice and tight. Then keep those arms firmly pressing into the ground, separating across the shoulder blades. Keep breathing, we're already halfway. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and then go into those knee pulls, pulling one knee in towards your chest, send that leg straight back out. Make sure we can land in that full plank before we bring the other leg in. Exhale, every time you draw a knee in towards chest. We're warming up those arms for our planks. Awesome, keep breathing. Last 5, 3, 2, and rest. Push those hips back over your heels. Then we have one set of side plank on each side. So we're going to set up on our elbow. Bring that elbow right underneath our shoulder. Do your best to try to keep those legs locked straight out. If you need to, though, you can always bend that bottom leg for support. Awesome. Or if we ever need to, we're going to bring that top leg forward, pressing through the heel to help us stabilize. We'll try to reach that top arm up as high as we can towards the ceiling. Keeping that top hip coming forward, top shoulder slightly coming back to open up in the chest. We're almost there. Last 5, 3, 2, and roll it over. Other side. Setting up on that elbow. Bringing the elbow right under shoulder, extending the leg straight out. And then holding up in that plank position. Again, same thing here. If we need to go into the knee, so let's bend that bottom leg. Or bring that top leg forward for support. Then reaching up nice and high, trying to touch the ceiling. One side's always a little easier than the other. We're going to try to make them both super even. Deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Last 5, 3, 2, and rest. Perfect. We're going to go through one more set of those leg lifts. We're going to set up on our back. Turn on this other leg. Maybe that'll help. So then we're going to throw our hands back behind our low back, putting those feet up to the sky. 30 seconds in 3, 2, and go. We're going to inhale, touch the legs down. Exhale, bring those legs up. Inhale, and exhale. Awesome, keep breathing. We're already halfway. Try to get a few more here, really drawing those lower abs in. We got 3, 2, and rest. We're going to sit back up for that Russian twist. Last round here. Keeping the feet extended out in front of us, setting up on those hip bones. Just setting back until you can barely touch your knees. We're going to reach up for the sky. Exhale as we twist. Inhale to reach. Exhale to twist. Awesome. Already halfway done with these. Helping strengthen in the low back. Up the entire abs and obliques. Last 5. And rest. I'm going to go back into that bridge pulse one more time. We're going to keep those feet about hip width apart. 1, lift up, 3, count pulse at the top, and then lower down. In 3. Awesome. Let's squeeze. And then back down. 3 pulses. And right back down. Keeping the weight in the heels. Every time you pulse, clenching those butt cheeks in nice and tight. So draw the belly button in at the top, try to bring those hips up as high as we can. We're so close, we got 3, 2, and keep those hips up as high as you can. Last round of marching, pressing those arms firmly into the ground to help support our upper body. Just lifting one heel at a time. Bringing knee towards chest. Awesome. You're so close. Last 10. 3, 2, and rest. Lower those hips, hug your knees to your chest one more time just to stretch out that low back. And then we're going to roll back over, last set of our high planks. Setting up on those hands. 30 seconds of just holding. And hold. Squeezing belly button in nice and tight. Pressing back through those heels. Arms pressing firmly to the floor. Awesome. Just keep breathing. We're already over halfway there. And we got 5, 3, 2, and last time with those knee pulls. Last 30 seconds of this high plank. Drawing hand towards chest. These planks look so good. Keep breathing. Awesome. We're already over halfway. Last 5, 3, 2, and rest. And then we have one last set of our side planks, and then we get to start the fun. So we're going to bring that elbow right under shoulder, press out through those feet, and hold. Awesome, reaching up as high as we can, lifting that top hip towards the sky. And still squeezing belly button in, slightly bringing hips forward, engaging your glutes to help stay in a full straight plank. Last 5, 3, 2, and other side. Last 30 seconds, upper side plank. Setting up with that elbow under shoulder, pressing straight out through those feet. I'm going to reaching arm up as high as we can, keeping that hip up and lifted. Awesome. I'm really trying to get a nice openness in that top shoulder. You might even feel a stretch all the way up to fingertips. We're so close. Less than 10 seconds left. Keep breathing. And we got 3, 2, and rest. Perfect. Grab water. We're going to start with our first Tabata exercise. So we're going to go through each exercise 8 times through. We're going to have 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. So take the rest. When I say rest, because it's very short and you'll want it, especially towards the last few rounds. We're only going to have 6 moves. So after we finish all 6, then we're done, we get to pull it down. So this first one, I'm going to have you start with 1 dumbbell. If you have different weights or different sets of dumbbells, I would say grab your heaviest one that you have. We're only going to hold it in the middle. So I'm going to have you start with a side step out lunge. We're going to do 4 rounds on the left, and then we're going to do 4 rounds to the right. So that will total up to 8. So we're going to start, I'll show you how we're going to set this up, starting with legs together, step it over to the side, bring the dumbbell over, and then back up to center so we're standing straight up. Same leg's going to step out to the side, then come back up to the middle, same leg steps out, easy peasy, do that side 4 times, and then we're going to do the other side 4 times. So I'm going to start first going out to the left, in 3, 2, and go, only 20 seconds. Bringing that dumbbell towards the inside of our shoe. As we step out over to the side, keeping the weight in that heel, pressing up through that glute. That'll bring us up to standing. Last 3, 2, and rest. Woo. If at any point the weight gets to be too much, you can always lose the weight. I'm gonna set this one up again, and go. Stepping it to the side. The 20 seconds will go by nice and quick. On some exercises more than others. Awesome. Last 5, 3, 2, and rest. That's helpful if you can hold your belly button in at the top as we bring ourselves up to standing. And go. That extra core working control will help a lot with balance and returning back to the middle. Awesome, we're so close. Last 5. And rest. Woo. We have one more round on that leg. In 3, 2, and go. Last time out to the left. Weight in that heel. So feel a nice subtle stretch along the adductor, inner thigh of that straight leg. Still pressing up through the left glute. One more on this side. And rest. All right, shake it out. Now we're going 4 rounds to the right. Setting this one up in 3, 2, and go. I'm gonna step it over, bring the dumbbell towards the inside of that foot. Pressing up through right heel. Using that right hip and right butt cheek to bring yourself standing. Inhale to lower. Exhale to stand. Last 3, 2, and rest. Woo. Set this one back up in 3, 2, and go. Out to the side, right back in. Bringing the weight in that heel. Inhale, and exhale. Drawing belly button in nice and tight. On that exhale. One more on this side. And rest. Woo, halfway down with the right side. Last 2 here. Ready, and go. Stepping it out. And then going back in the center. Out to the side. And then back in. Perfect. Just keep that knee safe. You want to make sure the toe stays pointed in the same direction that your knee goes out. And rest. Woo. We have one more round on this side. Setting up in 3, 2, and go. Stepping it out. And then back in. Keeping a nice flat back. Pressing your butt back behind you as you sit. Our legs should be getting a little bit tired here. Last 5, 3, 2, and rest. Awesome, lose that weight. For this next one, we're gonna be in cardio, so we're gonna need no weights. We're gonna do our jumping jack touchdowns. If the touchdown starts to be too much, you can skip the touchdown and just stay in regular jacks. Otherwise, try doing 1 jack, 1 touchdown, 1 jack, 1 touchdown. You can always even alternate each round since we're gonna have 8 of them. So we're gonna set this next one up. 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. In 3, 2, and go. Like 1 jumping jack, and touching down. Loosening back through the glutes and heels. Awesome. Keep breathing. Awesome. We got 3, 2, and rest. Another modification if you ever need to. You can always throw 3 jacks in there and then touchdown. And go. hinge up, touch down. Perfect. Using that momentum, burning out the front of the thighs to help us come back up to standing. 3, 2, and rest. Woo. We're going to set up round 3 and 3, 2, and go. Hinge up, touch down. Awesome, keep breathing. Last 5, 3, 2, and rest. I'm going to do this for 4th round modified, setting up regular jabs, and go. If you want to stay in the touchdown, you can always stay in the touchdown. Okay, perfect. Keep breathing. Give your legs a little bit of a break. And we got 3, 2, and rest. Woo, we're halfway done. Setting up again in 3, 2, and go. Awesome. If we ever need to tap it out, you can always touch and tap, touch and tap. Awesome. We got 3, 2, and rest. Yay. Over halfway. Again in 3, 2, and go. This is one of the hardest moves. You're doing awesome. Perfect. We're over halfway, last 5. And rest. Round 6. I'm going to do another set of modified jacks, just regular. In 3, 2, and go. Awesome. Keep breathing. You got this. And rest. Woo. This is our last round. In 3, 2, and go. Give it all you got. Whatever type of jacks you want. Just try to keep yourself moving for these last 10 seconds. 3, 2, and rest. Yay. Okay, we're gonna grab our weights for this next one. We're gonna go into a curl to press. So keep in mind it's gonna be 8 rounds. So we wanna keep a weight that we can hopefully maintain the whole way through. If at any point you need to go lighter in weight, you can always choose a lighter weight. And or just alternate doing one press at a time. So for this one, I'm gonna have you keep the weights pointed forward, or fingers pointed forward. We're gonna curl up towards shoulders, rotate up at the top, bring them back down, and then back down. In 3, 2, and go. We have 1 curl, 1 press, bring it back down, and then good control, elbows in close. Should be able to get about 4 full reps in here. 3, 2, and rest. Awesome. Setting up again in 3, 2, and go. Curling up to shoulders, all the way up, right back down, elbows in close. Keeping those shoulder blades back, lifting up through the chest, belly button stays squeezing in to help support your low back. So we can get 1 more in here. And rest. Woo. Sending up again in 3, 2, and go. 1 curl, and press. Back down, elbows in close. You can always make this as slow or as fast as you want to, as long as your shoulders and your elbows feel safe in this movement. Awesome. Last 3, 2, and rest. This should be a nice, easy one. Setting up again in 3, 2, and go. 1 curl, and press. Inhale, and exhale. Awesome. See if we get one more in here. And rest. Okay, we're already halfway. Setting this one up again. And go. 1 curl, and press. Inhale, and exhale. Still keeping that core nice and tight. Elbows in close as you curl. Awesome. See if we can get one more rep in here. And rest. Ooh, we're already over halfway. Last few sets. And go. Curl and press. Bringing those elbows down nice and close. Biceps and shoulders should be starting to burn. Awesome. We got 3, 2, and rest. Ooh. Last 2 sets. And go. Get all the way up. And press. And back down. And down. Keep breathing. Try to exhale where you need the most force and exertion. And that will help you keep that core tight. 3, 2, and rest. Perfect. We have one more set of these. In 3, 2, and go. 1 curl, and press, and then back down, and then back down. Awesome. Curl, press, down, and down. Curl, and press. See if we get one more in here. We got 3, 2, and rest. Awesome. Grab water if you need it. We have one more leg exercise before we go down to the floor. So for this one, if you want to hold the weights at your side, this is going to be our split lunge. So this is where you'll need a couch, a chair, a bench back behind you. We're going to bring one leg forward, one leg back. We're going to spend the first 4 rounds on your left leg, coming up and down, pressing all through that left heel. Really good control as you come up and down. Then after we do 4 rounds there, we're going to switch 4 rounds over on the right, and then we're done with legs. So we're going to set this one up, bringing that right leg back, left leg forward, in 3, 2, and go. You want to keep most of the weight in that left heel. Really try to engage the left butt cheek as you come up to standing. Staying relatively light in that right toe. Obviously you'll have some weight there. Try 2 more on the left. And rest. Awesome. And breathe. We're going to set this one back up again in 3, 2, and go. And then down, good control. Exhale, come up to standing. In between sets, you can always bring that leg down if you want to. My balance is having some issues today, so I'm just going to leave my leg up there. Try one more on this side. And rest. Awesome. We're halfway through. Setting this one up again in 3, 2, and go. Inhale as you come down. Exhale as you come up to standing. Inhale and exhale. Even if you can get just a little bend in that front leg, it's going to be working the hips and the glutes, especially that left hamstring. So you can get one more on this side. And rest. Awesome. We have one more round on the left. In 3, 2, and go. Inhale as we lower. Exhale to stand. Inhale to lower. Exhale to stand. So you can get 3 more on this side. And rest. Okay, we're switching over to that right leg. 4 rounds on this side. Finding that balance. In 3, 2, and go. We come down, good control. Sometimes the weights help act as a counterbalance, but it will add a lot of extra load and strengthen that hamstring and glute on that forward side. 3, 2, and rest. You may also feel a really big stretch in the front of that back thigh. And go, especially in the hip flexor. So make sure we're not coming down too low, so we feel like we're straining anything. Awesome, still pressing through that right heel, using that right hip and right butt cheek to help bring yourself to standing. Okay, one more on this side. And rest. Woo! Last 2 rounds here. Ready? And go. Inhale as we lower. Awesome. Exhale to stand. Doing so good. It's helpful if you find one thing, a couple feet in front of you to stare at, to keep your balance. 3, 2, and rest. Woo. We have one last round on this side. And go. Finishing out, burning out that right leg, right outer thigh. Keep breathing. This side's even a lot harder to balance on. You're doing so good though. Last 3, 2, and rest. Good. Shake your legs out. You're going down to the floor for the last 2. For this one, you'll need your band. So I'd try it with the red band. Shouldn't be too hard with the red one. You're going to bring this around your feet. So kind of like when we do the lateral band walk. And then what we're going to do is dead bug. So I'm going to have you still use your arms to extend straight back with the opposite arm, opposite foot. But this time we're going to try our best to keep this leg flexed as we extend out through that band, straightening out the opposite leg as we bring the opposite arm down. Bring it back to the middle, pressing out against that band, then right back in. The first few should feel nice and easy. Then after the first few rounds, you're really going to start to feel this in your lower abs. Ready? And 20 seconds, go. Awesome. Inhale as you reach. Exhale, bring it back to the middle. Inhale as you reach. Exhale as you squeeze. If the arms start to be too much, you can always leave them back behind your head and just rest your head and upper body on the ground. And rest. Perfect. Setting up round 2 and 3, 2, and go. Inhale to reach. Exhale to bring it back to the center. There shouldn't be any tension as both legs are at tabletop. The most tension is going to be as you're pressing one leg out. Awesome. We got 3, 2, and rest. Woo. Bring this one back up. And go. Inhale, reach opposites. Exhale, core and tight. Keeping that head resting on the ground. That chin tucked under, like you're trying to give yourself a double chin. That bone is not the exercise for the flying. Okay, one more. And rest. I'm going to set this one back up again. Bringing those legs up to tabletop. And go. We're going to do our best to keep our low back pressing into the ground the whole time. That's going to help us keep that low back strong and safe, and really make sure that we're engaging those low abs as we extend. And rest. Woo. We're already halfway. Bring this one back up. And go. Inhale to reach. Exhale back to the center. Inhale and exhale. Awesome. We got 3, 2, and rest. Bring those legs back up and go. Only 20 seconds. Inhale and exhale. Then we get one more on each side. Last 3, 2, and rest. And last 2 rounds of Tabata. Ready, and go. Reaching those opposites out. Exhale. I'm going to try to keep the feet super flexed the whole time. That's going to help us keep good control across the band, knees, and hips. Leaving that one arm straight in the sky as you reach the other arm back overhead. And rest. Woo. Last round of Tabata. In 3, 2, and go. Inhale, reach. Exhale to the middle. This is our last round. So you can get 2 more on each side. Last 3, 2, and rest. Woo. We can take that band off. Oh, your stomach should be nice and warm. For this last one, we're going to roll it over. Our last exercise, we're going to set up our plank jacks. So if you get to a point where the jack is too much, you can always just hold your plank. You can always just tap your legs up to the side. If your wrists or arms start to give out, you can always come down onto your knees, and that will help take some of that weight off as well. Last 8 rounds of work. Setting up in 3, 2, and go. So for those jacks, just make nice little hops in the toes. You only have to go out about hip width apart, and then really slam those legs back in together. Squeezing belly button in nice and tight. 3, 2, and rest. Woo. Gonna set back up in 3, 2, and go. Awesome. Really pressing those arms firmly into the floor. Imagine like you're pressing the ground away from you. You've got this. We got 5, 2, and rest. I'm setting this one back up in 3, 2, and go. So I spread the jacks if it's too much for one round. Let's just tap it out to the side, tap it out to the side. Doing our best to keep those lower abs pulling in. Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. 3, 2, and rest. Yay. Round 4 in 3, 2, and go. We got this. It's less than 30 seconds. Breathing. Last 3, 2, and rest. Yay, we're already over halfway. And go. Awesome job. Keep breathing. Nice and light in those toes. Now shoulder plank if we need to. Last 5, 3, 2, and rest. With 3 rounds left, the wrists are starting to be too much of an issue. You can always hold low plank and tap it out to the sides. It'll just be harder on upper abs. Ready? And go. You got this. Keep breathing. Squeezing that belly button in. We got 3, 2, and rest. Oh, this is the hardest one. So I'm going to save it for last. Ready? And go. Setting up that plank. You can always tap if we need to. You can always hold still for 20 seconds. Planks are normally hard as they are. Three, 2, and rest. Woo. Last round. Last 20 seconds forever. In 3, 2, and go. Keep breathing. In through your nose, out through your mouth. We're already halfway. Awesome. We got 3, 2, and rest. Ooh. Grab water if you need it. And then we're going to stay in child's pose to stretch out your low back. Really reaching those arms out forward, pressing palms down into ground. Try to control your breathing here, taking deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And then I want you to walk your hands over to the right hand side. As you walk them over to the right, really reaching across with your left arm. You should feel a nice stretch along the back of your left shoulder, your left lat, possibly even along the back of your arm. Then we'll walk you back over to the middle, and then walk the hands over to the left hand side, getting a nice big stretch along the back of the right shoulder, the right lat. Really pressing that right arm firmly into the floor. You walk it back over to the middle. And then we're going to roll up onto all fours. I'm going to have you go into pigeon on your right hand side. You're going to straighten out that left leg and then bring that right foot under towards your left hand. We'll do our best to settle down into this and try to get a nice stretch all along the outer thigh. If you can, bring your elbows down to the floor. And take one more big deep breath in here. We're going to push back into that plank all fours position. We're going to keep that right leg extended out. And we're going to bring that left leg under and through. Bringing the left foot towards the right hand. And then bringing elbows to the floor if we can. One side might feel a little bit tighter. Outer sides are going to feel a little bit sore after all the side lunges and the balancing lunges. And then I'm going to bring your left leg back. And then we're going to roll over onto your butt. Set up for butterfly. I want to get a nice stretch along those inner thighs as well. So let's get a little bit of work in those side lunges. So bringing our heels together as close as we can towards our groin, and then trying to bring our chest down towards our feet. Should feel a nice stretch all the way from groin to the back of the knees. feels okay, you're gonna rock back and forth a little bit. That will help intensify the stretch on both sides. Then we're gonna send that left leg out to the side, doing our best to keep that toe pointed up. And then we're gonna reach the left hand for that left toe, and then bring that right arm up and over to get a nice stretch along the side body and torso. Awesome. Bring that left leg back in. And then send that right leg out to the side. Keeping that toe pointed up as much as we can. Reaching right arm for right toe. And then reaching that left arm up and over to get a nice stretch in side body. Starting to control our heart rate and our breathing at this point. Come up to standing. Do this nice and slow so we don't get dizzy. And then I'm going to have you bring one leg back behind your butt for quads. Get a little bit of balancing again. So we're going to do our best to try to keep the knees together, engaging that butt cheek on the side we have back. If we can, switch using your other hand to hold your foot so it's opposite. Then we're going to reach that free arm, the same arm as the leg that's up towards the sky. Lengthening up through the torso. So feel a nice stretch along that outer thigh. Take one more deep breath in here. We're going to release that leg. Switch it over to the other side, bringing that opposite leg up without falling over. Then try to keep those knees together. If we can switch, we're going to try switching and bringing that same hand up for the sky, getting a nice stretch all the way from hip flexor to torso. And then last shoulder stretch. Now you bring your arm up over your head. Give a nice stretch along lats and your triceps. We didn't do too many arms today, but after all of the plates to the curl the press, they might be a little sore. I'm going to switch it, bring it to that other arm, holding just above the elbow as we try to bring our chin away from our chest, opening up, looking up towards the ceiling slightly. Awesome. We're going to take 3 deep breaths in just to pull it down and realign our spine. So we're going to take a big inhale as we fold it forward, bringing forehead down towards ground. And then as you exhale, slowly roll up one vertebra at a time, like you're stacking each vertebra on top of one another. Making your head the last thing to come up. Then reach up nice and high, another big deep breath in, inhale, and then fold it forward. And exhale as we slowly roll up. Perfect. And then reaching up, last big deep breath in, really taking in all the air we can. And then fold it forward. And then exhale. Rolling up from low back to mid back. Back to the shoulders. And head. Perfect. You did so good. Tabata is always